You boys are actually walking around on your wedding day having to ask your mum to do your bow tie. Not anymore. I'm going to show you how to tie a proper bow tie. Because if your fiance is going to plan most of the wedding, the least you can do is learn to tie your bow tie. And it's really easy, I promise you. But the first step that you've got to do is put it so that it is the right size for your neck. Otherwise you end up with way too much down and it's 10 times harder. You are then going to pop it on and you're going to make sure that one side is slightly longer than the other. And they kind of line up in here. You're going to take the longer side, pop it over and tie it in a knot, like a normal tie. Now when they come down, they're similar size. This one, the one that you tied, the one that was longer and now isn't, is literally going to go over your shoulder. You want it pretty tight, but we don't want to die. We're then just going to literally pop this one up to make the shape of a bow tie. And I am just holding it in place. You're then going to get this back down from your neck and hold it over so it looks like a bow tie. At this point, you are then going to want to pinch these two parts together. To be honest, with either hand, because once that's through, it's through. If you then look from the side, you can see a gap here. This little gap. So you are then going to take the bit that you've popped over, pinching these together. It is going to go through the back and through that hole. When you are pulling it through that little hole, it's the bigger part, not the end, that you're pushing through. And you don't want it to go all the way through. You are pulling to make that like matching loop and the other end stays out. So we're not pulling it all the way through. You will probably get something like this where it's all a bit loose. The two that are looped, you can pull tight on. And you just need to then keep kind of feeding it back and forth to tighten it up and pull it back through. After you tighten and straighten and wiggle it around a bit, you will end up with a perfect bow tie. It then also means that you can be that hot groom and groomsman in the evening where they just have their bow ties down and the shirts on. Now I'm going to walk you through it one more time in normal speed. So slightly longer, cross over, through and up the top, pull quite tight. Pop over your shoulder, make it look like a bow tie, bring it down the front, pinch the sides, pop it back up and through the back, through that little hole. And now just keep pulling and straightening and twisting and tightening. And you can you literally can manhandle it at this point. But you will always end up with a perfect bow tie. I think it goes without saying that we are going to be sending this video to every man we know, but especially groomsmen. You need to know how to do this. Anyway, I hope that helps. Make sure you follow along for more tips and I will see you tomorrow.